We're recording. Hang on just a minute. Let me get there. Okay, I'm going to tell you what I'm saying. It says, I said, y'all will not believe how this woman of God has changed her life with the power of making healthy choices, putting God first, and allowing the community of like-minded people, like-minded men and women, to heal her body, mind, and soul.
I could probably send you the pictures, but we're in the middle of recording.
Yeah, you can send them to me. I don't know if I'll be able to show them to anyone. But
Oh, okay. I'll
okay,
show
so we're
it to
gonna
you.
go on my timeline at. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's gonna allow me. It's not gonna let me tag you. I'll have to do it afterwards. Okay, you
Okay.
ready? We're gonna go live. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Should say on there. We'll be live. There we are, prepping, being live streamed. Okay. All right, everyone. So welcome to my page tonight. I'm super jazzed. Just that description alone should make every one of you who's been following me forever want to hear Deborah's story, because I just had the pleasure of, we've been friends actually for a long time on Facebook, I think because we were connected with some people, and following your story and hearing more about it. I actually got to hear Deborah tell her story in a meeting on Saturday, and I was so inspired. I had to make sure that you all knew about her, that you reach out to her, that you just let the blessings that she has experienced in the last year just fill your cup, because that's what we were just talking about a moment ago. So Deborah and I are met because we are involved in a company together where we get to share health and wellness products, and we're helping people get healthy, and all those things are amazing. And she just shared her testimony about her journey, and I think that everyone should know. So Deborah, tell everyone a little bit about yourself, where you're from, what you do for a living, and then we'll jump right in.
Hi, I live in south of Atlanta, about an hour south of Atlanta in Georgia. And I work in parts, I for commercial appliances and things like that. Nothing super cool or anything, but I'm an analytical person, so all that stuff is right up my alley.
Okay.
And yeah, so, and I my kids are grown, and so it's just me.
I love it. No, we have a little bit in common, which I love, because my kids are grown too. And when you've decided, and I have friends on my page right now who are kind of did what you did, and they just said, you know what, I need to clean up my mental health. I need to just dive into just taking care of that first. And then as a happy side effect,
Yes,
you decided to use exercise as a way to lift your mood, right?
yes,
You lost 40 pounds, you've changed your eating habits, everything around you has totally evolved in the last year. And just as a plug, she met a mutual friend of ours who got her on some healthy products. Specifically, it's called QCore. It's a capsule, and you all can go down in my feed, and I'll share this information with you later. But if you know Deborah, you definitely want to get a hold of her, because it has helped her, and she's going to share a little bit about that. But what I want you to know about her is really her story. So Deborah, tell us a little bit about why you what was the catalyst of getting you moving in the first place?
Unfortunately, it was a life-changing event that has made me struggle emotionally. So I decided that if I was going to sit at home for hours at a time and just be in my head and cry, I could walk the same period of time. So I said to myself, I could cry at home for 2 hours or I could walk for 2 hours. And so starting in June of this year, I started walking 2 hours in the hot summer in the afternoons, in the 90 degrees and 90 plus degrees. I did 100 miles in June and 200 miles in July. And then it's progressed even more exercise and more things I've accomplished since then.
Well, you've done a lot. So tell everyone, honestly, you guys, we just got to brag on Deborah here for just a minute. Okay. So she started just walking and moving her body. You all know that I'm a health and wellness coach, and I teach people to nourish their lives on and off the plate. So off the plate covers a lot of things, like your environment, where you live. It's about how you eat, the choices that you make. It's about our relationships and the people we spend time with, the people we pour into. It's our spiritual health and how we navigate that, and making sure that we're both believe in Jesus Christ and God our Father, and having a direct relationship with him and the word of God and how that plays out in our lives. It's about a lot of things. It's about work satisfaction too. There's a lot of things that play into that. It's not just I'm dieting today. I'm not just going to the gym. It's an overall picture, if you will, of a kind of a slice of pie in all the areas of your life that matter.
Yeah.
And not every slice of pie is created equal, right? So
Right.
you jumped right into not only improving your mental health, which was a happy side effect of this exercise you're doing and this choice that you made. I'm so proud of you. It's amazing. But then you took it a step further and started running. And so tell everyone a little bit about that and how that has totally changed and evolved in the last 90 years.
It's been crazy because I've never ran a day in my life. And so there was a 5K coming up on Labor Day. So I had just been walking, a lot of walking, but not fast because I got some issues with some inflammation in one of my feet. So I just kind of been hesitant about speed walking. So I just was walking slow. And I was like, well, I could walk a 5K. And I said, so I could do this. And so I decided I didn't want to walk and be the last person at the end. So the day before the race, I ran over here by my house to see how long I could run without stopping. I had never done this before. And I ran 2 miles straight without stopping. And so I was like, okay, so I'll be able to run and walk and run and walk, I can do this. And so I did the first race in September, and I've had one in October. Did my second 5K. Then I did a 10K right after that. And my times started with over 15 minutes, and now they're down to just over 11, just right over 11 minutes.
I love it.
It's just, it's crazy because I never knew that my body could do this. Even when my scales weren't moving, my body was changing. I was moving inches. And so I had to start changing clothes really fast in the last month or so, but my scale hadn't moved. And I went down 10 sizes total this year, but I went down really fast since I started running. You're right about the whole, it takes everything. You have to have a community of people that are believing in you and praying for you, and you have to eat right. My decision to eat right had started before I started taking the supplements, because for me, this has been a lifestyle change, it's not a diet at all.
Right.
And so that's why that when the scale doesn't move, I still do this because it's a lifestyle change. I don't know that I've ever been this size. I don't remember ever getting close to single digits. I'm one step away from single digits, and I actually got into a single digit. So I was like super excited. So it's been, I didn't know my body could do the things it's doing. And I'm just really thankful even though that in a difficult season, um, that when I feel my emptiest, that I've been able to pour into others
Mhm.
without me even trying. They're just coming to me, telling me how inspiring I am. And I'm just like, I don't know what you see, but like, I'm just trying to survive. I'm just trying to survive an emotional um, thing. And so I'm not doing anything for anyone, just for me.
Mhm.
And it's just, everything's been just for me. And I'm just been, like I had told you earlier, for the first time ever, I can say I'm proud of you in the mirror, like look in the mirror and say, Deborah, I am so proud of you. I have never felt like I could say that. Um, it's all the good decisions that I've made, and just being able to see the benefits of it, the supplements that I'm taking
Mhm.
and all the other decisions, they all go together.
That's the
You're
compound effect, right? You're seeing
Yes,
you're seeing this like domino effect of one good choice after another. You
yeah,
started out just getting out of the house,
right.
right? So there's a book, if anyone wants to read it, it's called Move Your DNA. And
Mm,
this book is about your DNA, like your actual cells in
mm,
your genes, remember what you do. And so
mm.
as you start to move your body, your DNA begins to change how it responds to the
Wow.
environment around it. It's
Wow.
extraordinary. And so this compound effect, which is also a great book, the compound effect of all these incredible choices that you're making did not happen overnight. This
Mm-mm.
started what, like January, February, and
Mm-hmm.
then over a couple of months, you then decided, okay, I can't be in my house anymore. I don't
Mm,
want to be in this mess, this junk. I need to
right.
go outside and experience that.
Mm-hmm.
So for anyone that's listening, and everyone who's in my audience, you know that I've talked about these things for a long, long time. You've seen me go through these roller coasters of weight and a journey and relationships that died and a lot of goofy stuff, which I don't put on Facebook anyway, but you've seen it because I know you're all watching, right? But the bottom line is what we know is that when you put God first in your life and you allow him to start pruning the junk, right? And you intimated, Deborah, that you really felt like you can't give from an empty vessel, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'll use your words that you cannot give what you don't have. And
Right.
what you've cultivated is something that you have to offer other people. And that is your testimony and your
It's
story. And God is going to glorify that. And you're glorifying
Yeah,
Him for it, right?
right.
So
But it's all the glory and all this. It's just
I love it.
he's doing things I've never seen him do in my life. So
Yeah. And so then we got to meet. So
yeah.
I think, what, when you're going through a thing, because I know a lot of you are, when we're going through a thing, we have some choices we can make. We can isolate, we can stay in our house, we can eat a bunch of chocolate, we can watch a bunch of movies. I've been there, done that, right? We can hide away and not get involved. And what I think I want to intimate to people is that what we get to do, what Deborah and I get to do together, is that we get to be in community with each other, with like-minded people.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, this season and Christmas, you've seen me celebrate some successes of people on our team, and I'm going to be celebrating Deborah here pretty soon, right?
Yeah.
Celebrating people's success in this company is just one of the cool things we get to do. But the best thing that we get to do, and this is why I've stayed in this industry for as long as I've had, since 1996, is because of the relationships I get to make, the friendships I get to make. We're not even on the same team, but I know that Deborah and I are going to be friends forever. Like
Right.
we're gonna have a relationship that's going to build over time because we have this thing in common. But we have
Mm-hmm.
God in common, but we have a company in common. We have a health journey in common. And now I'm even more inspired. Like my friend Rachel, if you're watching, Rachel, she's a runner and she started out for similar reasons and she's been posting her journey along the way. You can't ignore that. Like you
Mm-mm.
guys, you can't. So go friend Deborah, go be friends with her, go check out her stories right now. She has her before and after pictures on, and she's still on her way. You know what I mean? So this is this is an evolution of Deborah.
Yeah.
Go watch her timeline and her story. And if you want to know more about what it is that we do, Deborah, thank you for all of your time and for sharing your personal story with me. And I'm just so grateful for you. And I can't wait to see what happens with you, with your story, and how you do in the business. I'm sure you're going to do great. And just everyone, thank you for watching tonight. I appreciate you, and get a hold of us so that you can be a part of what we're doing, because it's awesome.
Yes.
Anything you want to say before we close out?
No, I just want to thank you for the opportunity to share, because I just I just want to make sure that God gets the glory, and I appreciate the platform and the ability to share that, and that we have that in common, and that I can feel freely to share, because if it wasn't for him, I would be the person that eats the chocolate and retreats to my bedroom and doesn't get out. And I've been that person. And so what I was doing was fighting to not be that person. I'm fighting for myself. And this has been a really amazing journey. I appreciate the opportunity to share.
Just love you, Deborah. Thank you so much for your time. Okay, everyone, I hope you all write positive comments and give her some loves and likes, and go friend her. Okay.
Yeah.
Take care, everyone, and we'll see you next time.
All right. Bye-bye.
Okay, we're off Facebook. Good job.
Awesome.
Okay, let me stop the recording.